Louise, and this video is all about goal setting. So what is goal setting and why is it important? I've come to find through my coaching students and my Daily Life Planner members that a lot of people who goal set, that's even if they do goal set, some people don't even set goals for themselves. But if they do, a lot of the time people set these massive unrealistic expectations and then they look at the goal in a month to 2 months time and they've either only achieved a small section or they haven't achieved it at all. So they give up or they set a new goal that has even more expectations and unrealistic timelines. Now that is a really ineffective and demotivating way to set goals for yourself. So my intention with this tutorial today is to teach you some really effective and awesome strategies when it comes to goal setting to make sure that all of the goals that you set are truly aligned with who you are and your highest values. The whole point of goal setting is to take who we currently are and the current results that we've achieved and to improve and to grow upon them. So that's why I recommend setting goals in all 7 areas of life. That way you get the full picture, full empowerment for all areas of your life. So that is your health and vitality, your physical body and your well-being. That is your money and your finances, your vocation, your career, your business, your social impact on your community or your leadership, your relationships and your family. You've also got your spiritual aspect if you go to a church or if you believe in a religion or even just wanting to increase your conscious awareness. And finally, your mental faculties, so your inner genius, wanting to grow and improve on that. One of the main things that I've noticed when I'm doing coaching sessions or when I'm talking to my Daily Life Planner members is noticing that when they set goals, they start getting all this feedback like procrastination, they get distracted, they get frustrated with their goal. To me, that is a massive warning sign that these goals are not truly aligned with who you are and your highest values. When feedback like procrastination, distractions, frustrations, when they come up, all it's telling me is that you've injected values of other people's and the goals of others rather than your own. When you inject the values and goals of other people, it's easy to get distracted, it's easy to procrastinate because they're not really what you're inspired by and what you really want to achieve. You're only doing it because you think that you should, because an outer authority has let you believe that it's more important than what you truly want. So the next time you set a goal and things like excuses and procrastination and distractions and frustration start coming up, take it as a feedback, take it as a warning sign that you need to reassess the goals that you've set and maybe take it back a bit and work out what's really truly important to you and what your highest values are. Which brings me on to my next point. Before you start doing any goal setting, before you start mapping it out, before you start neutralizing, before you start doing the be, do and have, you need to work out what is truly, truly important to you. What are you here on this planet to do? What are your 3 highest values? Now, if you're a Daily Life Planner member, you should have already done the values determination process. And if you haven't yet, go back and do that right now. It's important to know who you are and what your 3 highest values are before doing anything else. Because if you don't know what's truly important to you, how are you going to set goals that you're actually going to achieve? How are you going to be inspired? How are you going to keep yourself motivated to the end of the line? How are you going to push through when challenges arise? Because they will, because there's no such thing as a goal without challenges. So take it back a notch, go and work out your values if you haven't already, and come back to the video and let's keep going. So how do you goal set? There are so many different methods and strategies and exercises and techniques out there. And this is just a method that I have found and perfected and I've taught through my coaching clients that I've seen amazing results from. So the first section of this method, which is the first form of the goal setting component in the Daily Life Planner program, is what I call the be, do, and have section. As I mentioned before, it's important to set goals in all 7 areas of your life. So it doesn't matter whether it's a money goal or whether it's a weight loss goal. Every single goal needs to be chunked down into a be, do, and have. The be, do, and have method gives you a full picture of what the goal is going to look like before you even achieve it. It gives you who you have to be, gives you the action steps, what you need to do to achieve it, and your end goal, what you want to have from achieving this goal. When you come to filling out the B section of your form, there are a couple little activities and questions you can ask yourself to help get down on the page who you really have to be to achieve this goal. The first thing I'm gonna ask you to do is close your eyes and visualize as if you've already achieved the goal. Is there anything different about yourself? The person that has already achieved this, has already been through the challenges, has already been through the work. Who is that person? Who does that person have to be? Do you have to have any extra education? Do you have to learn an extra skill? What are you focused on at the moment? If it's a weight loss goal, do you need to be a little bit more focused on your exercise? Do you need to be a little bit more focused on the food that you're eating? All of these are traits of the person that you need to be to achieve your end goal. Now let's come down to the do section of the form. Now this is where you get to write out some action steps. What are you willing and committing to do to achieve this goal? So you can ask yourself things like, what are you gonna do on a daily basis to achieve this goal? Things that you need to change about what you're currently doing and that you're gonna improve or add on a daily basis. And again, make sure that you have put as much detail as possible into the do section of the form. This will help you later on when you need to chunk down the goal into manageable, bite-sized action steps. And finally, the have section of the form. Now, a lot of people, when they do goal setting, they already know what they want to have achieved from doing the goal. But if you haven't already yet, this is where you get to write down how you want to be handsomely rewarded for the things that you're doing and the person that you're being. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a be, do, and have component to every single goal that you set. This is how you get the full picture of the goal before even achieving it. By simply actioning this form and writing down the components on this form, you're already gonna know exactly who you need to be to achieve this goal, what you need to do and the action steps that you need to take to get there, and what you wanna have, how you wanna be handsomely rewarded for the things that you're doing and the person that you're being. The second section of my goal setting method is called the neutralizing process. Now, to be honest, this is something that I have never seen in any other goal setting method, so it might be a completely new concept for you. All too often when we goal set, we're so pumped and we're so excited about the goal. We write down all the amazing things that are gonna happen from achieving this goal. You know, I'm gonna lose all this weight, I'm gonna earn all this money, whatever the goal is. But we don't actually take the time to write down what could be the challenges. And there will be challenges. So when the first challenge comes up, you either realize that, oh, hang on, this is a little bit harder than I thought it was. You start procrastinating, you could get excuses happening. And remember from earlier in the video, that could be an indication, that could be some feedback letting you know that this is not a goal that's truly aligned with your values. And if that is the case, then you need to go back, work out what your values and reassess your goals. But if you know that this goal is truly aligned with your values, then it doesn't matter what challenge comes up, you will fight through it and you'll still be inspired to achieve that goal. And that's what this form of the goal setting section is about. It's about having foresight. It's about planning for those challenges and making contingency plans to work through them when they come up. So I want you to write down all the foreseeable benefits to achieving this goal. Honestly, they could be pretty easy for you to write down. But I also want you to write down all the foreseeable challenges or drawbacks that could come up when achieving this goal. And it's really important to make sure that both of those are even. So however many benefits you have, it could be 10, it could be 15, you need to have just as many challenges and drawbacks, so 10 or 15. Why is that important? Because you don't want to be going into this goal only seeing the benefits. Because again, as soon as those challenges, as soon as those drawbacks come up, because they will, then you're going to be taken off track, you're going to be sidetracked, you're going to have feedback come up. Proactive way, a more efficient way of goal setting is realizing those challenges and those drawbacks before even getting into the goal. Making sure that you have a full picture of what that goal looks like before even taking action. Bit of a weird thing to ask, isn't it? To be asked to list all the challenges when it comes to that goal. But trust me, if you do this process exactly as I'm telling you to, you will have a much more balanced and level-headed, grounded perspective when going into actioning this goal. And if you're up to the process where you've just written out all your challenges and drawbacks and you realize that this isn't really a goal that you want to achieve, that's okay. Go back and rework out what your goals are. That's a feedback letting you know that it's not truly a goal aligned with your values. At the end of the day, no matter what the goal is, you need to be willing to pursue it despite pleasure or pain. This is my foolproof, really simple, really easy way of chunking down any goal into bite-sized pieces. So whatever the goal is, I want you to write down a projected end date, when you project or want this goal to be achieved by. And then work backwards. So whether it be a year's time, a month's time, you want to go yearly, then monthly, then fortnightly, weekly, daily, and even hourly. You really want to take that goal and map it out as finely as you can down to the daily action steps. In conclusion, the whole reason why we goal set is because we have drive, we have direction for our lives. We want to take the person that we currently are and the results that we've currently achieved, and we want to grow upon them. Before even setting any goals, it's important that you be honest and authentic with yourself. You need to know what's truly, truly highest of value to you before you can start setting goals. Otherwise, you start injecting the values of others and the goals of others into your goals, and then you start getting feedback like procrastination, excuses, frustration, distractions, and then the goal never gets achieved, or you start resenting the goal. So get honest with yourself and work out what's truly highest on your values before setting any goals. So once you know what's truly highest on your values, you can start breaking down your goal into be, do, and have. Who is the person that you need to be to achieve this goal? What are you willing and committed to do to actioning this goal? And what do you want to have? How do you want to be handsomely rewarded from the things that you're doing and the person that you're being? Neutralize your goal, have foresight for your goal. Make sure you write down all the benefits of that goal and just as many challenges and drawbacks that you foresee is going to come up to achieving this goal. And finally, work out a projected end date for your goal and work backwards. Chunk it down into yearly, monthly, fortnightly, weekly, daily, even hourly action steps that you can take straight away. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about my goal setting method and how to best implement and action the 2 forms available in this section.